What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to go over one of the biggest things that prevent you from getting a deal and how we can solve that, how we can get over that objection and get the deal locked up. Alright guys, for you that do not know me, my name is Gino Palumbo, 23-year-old real estate investor here in Atlanta, Georgia. Our company's on pace to do $5 million plus in wholesaling real estate this year in 2022. Now with all that being said, what is that objection? What is that challenge that can prevent you from getting a deal? And it has to do with decision makers, people in the transaction that have input on the decision. Well, first thing first, for that example of what I just did, I told you decision makers. Well, I want you guys to eliminate that from your vocabulary. There's no such thing as decision makers. There's only people that have input on the decision. You ask a seller, are you a decision maker? And it's a husband? Of course he says I'm the decision. Yeah, I make all the decisions. But what we don't know is that his wife, friend, that's a realtor, truly has input on the decision. She's the one that's going to tell them if it's going to be a good deal or not for you to take, right? So think about that. There's someone that's a decision maker. They say their decision. No, there's no such thing, right? Everyone says they're a decision maker, but who has input on this decision? Now that will open up a can of worms, right? When we go in our scripts, we don't ask who are the decision makers. We ask is there anyone that would have input on this decision to sell the property? Now that could be an attorney, a realtor, a friend, a family member, or whoever it might be. Majority of the time, it's not the person you're talking to. Even if it's the husband can say, I make all the decisions, but there's someone that influences them and has input on them. So how can we get that out of them? Hey, Mr. Seller, and of course we always use their first name. Hey, John, say, we were agreeing on a price and everything would look good. I mean, is there someone that you would need to speak to before going over an agreement? There's no one that would be mad that you didn't consult with them before signing an agreement. And this is where you can get these rebuttals, right? This is where you can say, well, I mean, I do have to, my wife's friend is a realtor. She's gonna have to look over it and make sure everything's good with your guys' company because I trust her and I don't really know much about you guys. And that's another way that's another objection you can handle, right? That way you can identify truly before you give an offer, who here has input? Because guess what, if they say my wife has input on this decision, because again, if you ask him if he's a decision maker, he's gonna say, I'm only a decision maker. But if you say, is your wife have input on this decision? And he tells you, yes, well, you need to wait till her to be on the call before you give an offer. Because we don't want to give offers to anyone that doesn't have all the people that have input on the decision on that call. Because we need a yes or a no. And if you don't have that person on there, you can't get a yes or a no. And without you getting a yes or a no and you give an offer out, now it's time for them to do what they do best, these sellers, to shop your offer, ghost you, all these good things, just because you didn't get the person that really had input on the decision on that call. And so it's thing we're working at consistently on our companies, making sure we're not giving out those numbers, not continuing with our trip until we have everyone that has input on the decision. Now the lead managers are trained, hey, when the AM, when our home buying specialist gives you a call, what is your wife that has input on the decision going to be on the call, right? They're identifying this on the lead management side, so when they set the appointment, the AMs or the home buying specialists are giving the offers. The guys that give the offers should already be given the opportunity, should already have, when they call the seller up, should already have the people that have input on the decision on the call because the lead manager set that for them. But again, guys, it's very important. You need to decide there's not decision makers, there's people that have input on the decision. Another quick example is, hey, if we're talking to an older lady that's 60 years old, she might say, again, she's the decision maker. I make all decisions. I'm the only one on the deed. But what we don't know is the people that have input on the decision is her husband, her kids, one of her sons that might be a realtor, or one of her sons that might be an attorney that she needs to talk to, but you don't know about that. So you'll give her offer, and before you even know it, without even having the person on the phone, the son on the phone, she's then has to go back to him. But in the meantime, what do we all know, guys? Time kills deals, and that's what this is all about. Time kills deals. So when a time kills a deal, now she has more time to get calls from other wholesalers because again, she goes back to her son, waits for her son to get off work. He needs a day time to look over the agreement, blah, 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 blah. By that time, she got texted, cold called. She saw another TV commercial for Open Door. Now you already lost your legitimacy. Your offer's gone because she's already now had more time to get an opportunity to get reached by other people, right? So it's very important we do this and very important that it gets executed. So if you got value from this video, guys, again, regarding not decision makers, but people that have input on this decision, please leave a comment down below, like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.